If you want to trick your friends at your next trivia night, ask them to name the northernmost, westernmost, and easternmost states in the US. Most people will confidently guess Alaska for the first two, and Maine for the third. But the answer to all three is exactly the same: Alaska. Now, looking at a standard flat map, that sounds ridiculous. You have a state bordering the Pacific Ocean, and somehow it is positioned as the furthest point east. That contradiction exposes a distinct flaw in how we visualize the Earth on a flat plane. To understand how a single landmass can be the extreme east and the extreme west at the exact same time, we have to abandon flat map projections entirely and look at the mathematical grid we use to organize the planet. The system of longitude starts its measurement right here, at the prime meridian, 0 degrees, located at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. The geographic rule is straightforward. Travel left from this starting point, and you enter the Western Hemisphere. Travel right, and you enter the Eastern Hemisphere. Those two expanding hemispheres wrap around the globe until they collide on the exact opposite side of the planet, creating the 180th meridian line right down the middle of the Pacific Ocean. That invisible vertical longitude line represents the absolute mathematical edge of what we define as east and west. Let's shift our focus to the massive geographic footprint of mainland Alaska and trace it down to the start of the Aleutian Islands. This specific volcanic archipelago stretches outward for an incredible 1,200 miles across the open water. The island chain extends so far out, it physically pierces the 180th meridian. Zooming in on Semi-Sapochno Island reveals the exact intersection point. The millisecond you cross that dividing line, your GPS coordinates flip from 180 degrees west to 179 degrees east. But longitude is also tied directly to how we measure time. Crossing that line mathematically puts those outer islands a full calendar day ahead of the rest of the state. To prevent complete chronological chaos for the residents living there, cartographers had to introduce a human intervention, the International Dateline. They took that perfectly straight mathematical meridian and bent the dateline around it, creating a massive zigzag detour to ensure the entire island chain functions on the exact same day. This solves the trivia paradox. Alaska is mathematically the easternmost state, simply because its sprawling islands spill over the Earth's digital dividing line and land directly into the eastern hemisphere. Looking at the rigid 180th meridian placed next to the messy, jagged international dateline reveals a sharp contrast. It shows us that east and west are not absolute physical realities etched into the bedrock of the Earth. They are entirely invisible organizational tools created by humans to help us make sense of space and time. The imposing, unfathomable scale of Alaska's rugged physical landmass inherently defies our rigid attempts to neatly map it. The lines we draw on a globe are ultimately just suggestions, and Alaska stands as the one piece of geography massive enough to force humanity to break its own rules.